dig it for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It's championship night in the Eastern Dakota Conference as we have the number 1 seed, the Fargo Davies Eagles, squaring off with the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs, the number 2 seed here in the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament. And a pleasant, good Saturday evening. I'm Chase Miller alongside Alex Quist. Joey Hughes running the camera. Joel Morgan will be coming by as well, doing some sidelines. It's been a fun day. Can't believe we're already at a game number 6. It just feels like 12 hours ago, okay, maybe 10, we were walking into this building to find out who would make state and what would lie ahead. Well, I tell you what lies ahead. Bismarck Century for one of these teams in a state qualifier. And on top of that, the Mandan Braves. Mandan upset Century earlier in the WDA tournament on Thursday. And because both teams won their state qualifiers, the number 7 seed Mandan will be the 3 seed from the West, while you get Bismarck Century in their backyard coming up as the number 4 seed out west. So whoever wins this game has a tall order, no matter if it's the Braves or Century, but that's what makes it so much fun. And Alex Quist, we can speculate, we can commentate on matchups and everything else, but if you're Bart Manson, if you're Tom Kirchhoffner, this is another game against a rival, another opportunity to try to, get one up on someone. Sheyenne has owned this tournament as of late, destroying Davies last season 92-55. They beat the Eagles by 22 years ago. Last time Davies won a 4-point win over West Fargo in 2019. So there's a lot of stuff to get to here as we unpack this one. But when you get to title night, what do you expect from 2 Goliaths here in the Eastern Dakota Conference?
Well, you're going to get both teams' best shot tonight. You're going to see which team came ready to play. I would expect a pretty fun game. This is playoff basketball, and both teams already punched their ticket to state, and so this is a great test heading into next weekend, knowing that, you're not going to face anybody but Goliaths come state time.
It's no doubt about it. And taking a look at this series history, early this season, catch this, Sheyenne won at Davies by 7, then Davies won at Sheyenne by 6. Now you get to play in a neutral court. Davies made the state tournament now 9 of the last 10 seasons, including this one. While on the opposite side for Sheyenne, they've made it 3 straight years and 5 of 6 for a program that wasn't even a program over 10 years ago, as in if its infancy stage as a freshman, sophomore, and now varsity level. Players to watch out for in this one. I know we were talking about just before he came on air the health of Xander Newton. He came out 2 nights ago in a semifinal game. We'll see how much he does play, if he's able to play here tonight. On the opposite side, for Fargo Davies, the story's been the freshman sensation, and you're a Valley City Highlander boys basketball coach. I'll make the comparison. I don't know if he's Jeff Boschee, but I know a lot of people are asking about the same type of questions that Jeff Boschee was being asked about when he was in Valley City, just destroying teams in the Eastern Dakota Conference. That's what Claybo's been able to do for Fargo Davies.
Yeah, it's always tough to make comparisons, but my goodness, if there's someone to compare him to, he's already got an offer from a Division I school as a freshman, and that's pretty unheard of in North Dakota. So I don't know who the last freshman in North Dakota to do that was before, since Jeff Boschee. But he is a spectacular player. He's got stardom written all over him. He makes everything easier for his teammates, and he can create for himself and get teammates open looks. He's just a really special player.
On the opposite side, maybe the diamond in the rough coming into this season for coaches probably said, yeah, we knew Michael Nile was going to be a pretty good standout athlete, but in 2 games in this tournament, 63 points, 27 rebounds for Michael Nile. Someone in the area give that man a scholarship, Alex Quist.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it can be confusing, why maybe he doesn't have an offer, but without a doubt, if he keeps this up tonight, heading into next week, even if he does struggle a little bit, just based off of, the overall product that he's given us, it's pretty clear that he's a college basketball player, and he's going to be a pretty dang good one.
When we come back after this, we'll get to Alex's keys to the victory. Starting lineups and the opening tip. It's EDC Championship night. We've had 2 tickets in terms of seed line we know. Fargo North, 3-point win over Shanley earlier today. They're going to be the 4th seed from the East after West Fargo was able to hang on for a victory against Central. The Knights cut it down to 10, but West Fargo eventually picked up the victory in that one. So West Fargo's at 3, North's the 4. Now it's just a matter of figuring out who's the 1 and 2 from the Eastern Dakota Conference. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com. We're back after this with the keys to the game here on your live event.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
It's a family-oriented community.
It's a great community to raise kids in a family.
They're a safe place to raise a family, and can go four-wheeling on the trails or kayaking down the river.
Just more than knowing the family that's here, it's getting to know new neighbors.
We wanted to be somewhere that was community-oriented, and this felt just perfect.
From too wet to too dry, we know Mother Nature has the final say on the crop. Count on Irie Insurance to help manage that risk. Irie Insurance has a proven track record with over 30 years of experience as a crop insurance leader. Protect your legacy with the right tools to do the job. Learn more at IrieInsurance.com or by calling your local agent in Devils Lake, Hillsborough, Hope, Mackville, Towner, and West Fargo.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Honing in on the opening tip here in our Irie Insurance pregame show, a final out west. Bismarck Century wins in the girls bracket over Minot High in the WDA tournament. So we know that Bismarck Century will go up against Wahpeton in the girls portion, while West Fargo Sheyenne will tangle with Minot High. So our girls state tournament is set. We will get to those pairings throughout here this broadcast. Chase Miller, Alex Quist courtside, Joey Hughes on top running the camera. Alex, final thing before we get to our starting lineups here, what is the key for Sheyenne, and also what's the key for you in this one for Fargo Davies?
Well, if I'm Sheyenne, I want to do what they've been doing basically the whole year. It's getting stops on the defensive end and really controlling the glass on both ends. They've got a big size advantage over Fargo Davies and just about anybody they play, so look for them to assert their dominance on the boards early. And then if I'm Fargo Davies, I'm trying to get up and down and turn this into a bit of a track meet so that they don't have to face Cheyenne's half-court defense. And then I'm really looking for who's going to be that third scorer for Fargo Davies tonight. And so I'm really looking at either Max Frosley or Raymond Brown. If one of those two guys can step up and have a big game, that really would tilt the scales in Davies' favor tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun to kind of see how this one concludes as we keep getting closer and closer to find out who's going to be the 1 and who's going to be the number 2 seed respectively here from the Eastern Dakota Conference. West Fargo Sheyenne, 19 wins, 4 losses on the season. Fargo Davies at 21-2. The starting lineups are next. It's championship night in the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
Making a difference and impacting lives comes together when you study to become a nurse at Lake Region State College. Our nursing program is available in Mayville, Grand Forks, and Devils Lake. Find out more today. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Save the dates for the Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. New this year, music from Post-Traumatic Funk Syndrome, the Freddie Justice Hypnotist, the Traveling Escape Room, Nick the Magician for Youth Day, Senior Day, Free Family Friday, the Red Letter Band, the Woodpicks, racing, and so much more. NormanCountyFair.com. The Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. It is where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Everybody's gonna be there.
As we come back here on your starting lineups, that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. Take a look at our starting lineups here first for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. They're going to go like this. James Hagan, a 5'9" senior guard. Hagan at 5'9". Alongside with him, you have Caleb Larson. Larson hit one from the NDSU logo earlier this tournament. Larson, the 6'3" senior. Also at a senior is Michael Nile, a 6'6" senior guard here for West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Good to see Xander Newton again back on the floor, the 6'5" senior forward here. And Dominic Dosman, the 6'8" senior for West Fargo Sheyenne. Hagan, Newton, Larson, Nile, and Dosman. West Fargo Sheyenne under the guidance of head coach Tom Kirchhoffner. 19 wins, 4 losses on the season. In comparison for Fargo Davies, they'll go with Mason Claybo, the freshman sensation on the season, averaging 24.8 points per contest. Ian Machenbaker, a Concordia Comber commit, a 6-foot senior guard. You have Raymond Brown, a 5'11" sophomore here, and has a lot of really good defensive play for head coach Bart Manson. Max Brosley, the 6'8" junior forward, and Evan Van Dam, the 6'6" senior forward here for the Eagles. So Claybo, Machenbaker, Brown, Frosley, and Van Dam. The Eagles head coached by Bart Manson, only coach in program history, with a mark of 21 wins and 2 losses. Joey Hughes running the camera. Chase Miller, Alex Swiss with you courtside here. Alex, championship night. Student sections are out. We got a great crowd in the lower bowl here in the Shield Center. This is what March is all about.
Oh, there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
As we get ready for 2 18-minute halves, a 30-second shot clock here. We were scheduled for a 7:45 tip, and what do you know? It's 7:45 on title night here on your live event. Opening tap is won by Fargo Davies as West Fargo Sheyenne will match in that man defense here. Ball goes right-hand side, and Claybo back in, make that Machenbaker back in his defender down. Claybo now, nice hedge screen coming out there by Xander Newton. Ripped through by Ian. Ian is going to lose his dribble. Then it goes to Frosley. Brown rises left wing 3. That's going to be long. Board tapped down to Michael Nile. Up the other end now for Hagan of West Fargo Sheyenne as the Mustangs will bring it left-hand side. That'll go to Caleb Larson, up top to Newton, bounce pass right wing, man defense by Fargo Davies. Nile comes up top of the key, 3 on the way, off the iron, rebound, well, losing it on his way up here is for West Fargo Sheyenne, and that's Dominic Dosman. It'll be Eagle basketball.
And I'll be curious to see how the Eagles respond to Cheyenne's height. It looked like Claybo's matched up there against Isaac Newton. Obviously, big size discrepancy there between those two.
Raymond Brown with it, left-hand side now to Claybo. A clear out here. Claybo, a little ISO action on Larson, backing him down. Look at the 2 guards getting some post work here. And Claybo off the mark. Noah boxes him out, and he finishes for the 2. How important is that from a guard standpoint to be able to do like what posts were only taught to do back in like 50, 60 years ago?
Yeah, it's a great start to a championship game right there. The guards getting physical.
Davies with the block by Frosley. Dosman, first time no, second time an opportunity, and ball goes out of play. Also, it's going to be curious to see how Xander Newton kind of plays with that knee brace early. What's his lateral quickness here in the opening couple minutes for the Mustangs? Michael Nile trying to back his defender down. Nile spins on the baseline. His shot gets blocked, and it's going to go to Fargo Davies here.
Oh, and if you're Davies, that's definitely got to give you some life. You already held Nile 0 for 2 from the field here early. You know, he's always a dangerous player when he gets going.
Up top here on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, Davies leads it by 2 with the basketball. Machenbaker takes a ball screen. Van Dam on the roll. Nothing there. Clabo rises, shoots off the mark, and Niall tips it. And right to Xander Newton here for West Fargo Sheyenne. Up the other end of the floor here is Michael Niall. Niall takes a ball screen, shot fake, looking on the interior as it goes left-hand side to Dominic Dosman. This one goes to Larson. Larson trying to get one off the back tab. No, and a rebound to Max Frosley. In transition now for Fargo Davies and Bart Madsen saying, let's run the floor. Machenbaker with it. It's going to spin on the inside on Hagen. Going straight up is James, and a good defensive stop there by Hagen.
Wow, both teams really playing tight, aggressive, solid man-to-man defense right now. Not giving up anything easy.
What would you expect with the 2 top defensive teams here in the conference? Hagen shot up off the mark, tapped out of play, and it will stay with Sheyenne. The Mustangs giving up 59 points per game. That's best in the EDC. Fargo Davies at 62. So this one, as much as we talk about offensive weapons over the years for these clubs, this might be one which it looks like in the early moments on the defensive side, turnover on the Mustangs.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It might be which team can string together 2-3 scores in a row first, get that momentum, take the lid off the hoop a little bit and get into some sort of rhythm. But it's really hard to do when I mean, there's just no wiggle room right now for either team to get anywhere.
Clabo driving kick. This one goes to Brown from the baseline, tickles a twine. Raymond Brown now with 2 points, and the Eagles are up by 4.
And people that say the mid-range is dead, that's one shot that you can get off at just about any time. You know, driving lanes haven't been open so far. Nobody's gotten a clean look really from the perimeter. Mid-range shot is one that you can get off at just about any moment.
Xander Newton, little baby hook off the mark. Rebound comes down to Davies, and the Eagles want to fly. This goes to Brown. Hesitation dribble up top to Machenbaker. Machenbaker takes that ball screen here. Nice hesitation, left to right, cross, goes down the paint. Better defense by West Fargo Sheyenne with Larson to get the block, and it goes off the back of Ian.
Yeah, and I think one of the keys here moving forward is, yes, if you can beat your guy one-on-one, that's a huge bonus, but Sheyenne does a fantastic job really sucking in on those drives. So I think that's where you're going to need to look to kick it out a little bit more often than taking that shot. See if you can get an open shot for a teammate.
Xander Newton shots off the mark, one and done here for Sheyenne. Raymond Brown in transition. Brown to the 10, to the rim, and he finishes with the left hand. Raymond Brown with 4. Fargo Davies in transition. Defense leads to offense right now, and Sheyenne is scoreless. Niall wants to change it. Three-pointer off the mark, no, and a rebound comes down the Mustangs with Larson.
And you know a slow start for Niall isn't going to stop him from pulling the trigger, and that's exactly what his teammates expect him to do.
Newton back up top around the horn to Larson. Larson left wing with the basketball between the circles. Raymond Brown on the guard. It's loose and it's stolen away. Here comes the freshman sensation. Mason Clabo to the 10, and he gets blocked, but there's a foul. Dominic Dosman will pick up the foul. This will be his first, team's first, and going to the line as a pretty good free throw shooter in Mason Clabo.
Well, again, that's defense leading to offense right now. Sheyenne hasn't really gotten any of those opportunities, not forcing any turnovers, and haven't had much looks to run after getting any rebounds.
Checking into the contest here for West Fargo Sheyenne, Caleb Deere will come in. We talked about Dominic Dosman. You have Hagen on the floor. Trent Free, the 6'1" senior, will check into the contest as well, as Clabo goes 1 of 2 from the line. So not the start you want if you're a Mustang fan. Down by 7, but the good news is, even though you haven't scored in nearly 5 minutes, it's only a 7-point deficit.
Yeah, their defense keeps them in their games, that's for sure.
Hagen takes a ball screen here by Dosman. Little hesitation, dribble, and a better defense coming by Machenbaker. And then Michael Niall follows it up with the board, and we'll have foul shots upcoming here for West Fargo Sheyenne. Brown picks up his first, team's first, as Michael Niall goes to the free throw line. A 6'6" senior guard at 36 points, 6 made threes against Fargo South earlier this season. So he can be a stat stuffer, and he and alongside with Dominic Dosman, if they can own the window, that would be a big advantage in this game for Tom Kirchhoffner.
Oh yeah, and Niall, he can really get going too. It does not take long for him, and he sees that ball go through the hole. He is just, I mean, he's just got that killer instinct about him. He knows he knows he's a good player, and he walks it, and he shows it in everything he does. He's an extremely confident ball player.
In the front court now as this one is going to go with Fargo Davies. Machenbaker rises and gets it to go for 2. Third player in the scoring column now for Fargo Davies as they lead at 9-2 on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. This is the EDC Boys Basketball Championship game inside the Shield Center. Right-hand side, that's going to go to Sheyenne around the horn to Hagan. Hagan with it, rises, left wing three, got it to go! James Hagan with the first field goal of the game for Sheyenne.
And they're going to have to hit some of those. Davies has done a really good job of controlling the paint. Cheyenne's going to have to knock some of those down to open up those driving lanes a little bit.
Claybo with the basketball here, right-handed hip-high dribble, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Trent Free will pick up the foul. That'll be Trent's first and the team's second. Substitution on the board. Daniel Yorkie, a 6-foot sophomore, will come in for Davies, and Caden Broflat, a 6'1 guard, will check in for West Fargo Sheyenne. We mentioned Free was just on the floor. You also have Caleb Deere. Good to see Xander Newton back in the contest. James Hagan out there here for the Mustangs. A flurry of substitutions as Proctor will come in now for Fargo Davies. Claybo leaves it right-hand side to Machenbaker. Machenbaker will handle it there. Looks for the crossover, does a little crow hop through the paint. Oh, what a move! Machenbaker for 2.
That's the second time he's pulled off a really slick hesitation move, freezing the defender, making him think he's going to pull up for that shot, and then just exploding to the rim.
Sheyenne with it in the front court. Here's a reverse it left-hand side at James Hagan. Hagan going to bounce pass to Newton with the shot fake, and he gets the end one. Xander Newton, the senior forward, the son of head coach Jeremy Newton on the football team, and his mother coaches volleyball. You would have to be athletic in that way, Alex, if you have both of your parents coaching varsity level high school sports.
Absolutely, yep. When you're a coach's kid, you usually have a little bit of an advantage. You're usually in the gym a lot longer than other kids, and you're just around the sport, learning from it, and you usually fall in love with it a little earlier.
Well, it was a 7-0 run to start the game for Davies. Sheyenne now just trails it by 1 possession after Newton goes for the end one. Proctor picks up the foul for Fargo Davies. Mason Claybo trying to spin on the interior, getting walled up here. Claybo gets his dribble right back, and Larson playing some good defense. Claybo ankle cross right to left. He tries to get the answer, and Claybo will go to the free throw line. The one thing I've seen, Alex, as much as we want to talk about behind the back spin moves, all this stuff, it's just been the come and go, the stop and go with the hesitation and just the first thing you learn in basketball, which is that crossover.
Oh yeah. Anytime, I mean, basketball, if you can only play in one speed, you're not going to be able to go by anybody. You've got to be able to go from slow to fast, have some things in between. That makes it really difficult to guard because it keeps the defender guessing. Caleb Larson actually did a really good job there, staying in front of Claybo. Looks like the weak side helped hit Claybo on the arm there while he went for that shot attempt.
Larson with the foul, his first. That's Cheyenne's third after Claybo makes 2, and Claybo gets the steal in the backcourt here for Fargo Davies. Largest lead of the game here for Davies, a chance up by 5 again, start up on a 7-0 run. Claybo goes to 10, and the freshman does it again for the Eagles. Claybo with 7 points, 3 of 4 from the line, and they say, hey, we heard you talk about that 7-0 run. We want to get back up by 7.
And Claybo, he's, as a 9th grader, you wouldn't expect it, but he knows when he's got someone on him that he doesn't think can stay in front of him, and he's going to take advantage of that, and he's not going to waste any time. He's going to put his shoulder down, and he's going to try to get to the rack.
As Claybo just continues to be steady Eddie throughout the season here for Fargo Davies. Crazy to think sometimes that these kids are just 14, 15 years old, and it feels like the weight of the world is on them. But Claybo right now playing awfully well. Newton on the inside, gives it up top now to Dominic Dosman. Dosman will handle it there, looking for Niall left wing. Shot clock to 10. Yorkie comes through, and Yorkie got just too much of Michael Niall, so foul there on Daniel. That'll be his first. Chase Miller, Alex Squiss with you here from the Shield Center EDC Boys Basketball Championship. Coming up at the half, we'll hear from EDC champion head coach, that is Tona Safransky, on the girls' side as they took care of business earlier tonight against Red River. On the interior, Sheyenne, the shot wanting to go up there was Dostman. The fans in blue wanted a foul, nothing was called. Proctor probing, shooting, shot partially blocked underneath here with the rebound is Proflak. Pick out left-hand side, Yorkie rattles it in. Another underclassman here for Fargo Davies, as Yorkie is just a sophomore.
Oh yeah, and Davies, they've got to be feeling good about themselves right now as they're going to their extended 2-3 look to try to keep Sheyenne guessing and out of rhythm.
Newton, high post touch, looking, Larson open, left pocket three on the way, off the front iron. Larson tries to grab the basketball, it's still loose. Claybo gets on the floor, and we're gonna have a jump ball here between West Fargo Sheyenne and Fargo Davies, or they're gonna say it's actually off of Larson, so excuse me, it will be Eagle basketball.
Oh, and that was a really good pass and a really good relocation there from Larson. Anytime you can get the ball to the high post area against the zone, generally every defender's eyes look straight to that high post area, so that's when you gotta move if you're off the ball and find that opening just like Larson did there.
Machenbaker's shot is off the mark. Rebound comes to West Fargo Sheyenne. This will be with Caleb Deere. Going the other way here, it will be to the near sideline. Ball goes to the right baseline, out of Michael Nile. Nile hangs, shoots off the window, no. And we're going to be a foul here, and this will be on the floor. As Dostman was going up for the loose ball here, the foul comes on Fargo Davies. Mason Claybo will pick it up, his first, and the team's fourth. Haven't seen too many fouls in this one, just 8 combined with at the midway point of this first half, and it's been a physical game too. The refs allowing them to play through some contact here in this one, Alex.
Yeah, and I think that's good. That's how playoff basketball should be, but there hasn't been, missed calls, I don't think either. It's just they're doing a good job of playing physical without fouling right now. They're just a prime example right there. Van Dam cuts off Nile, puts a chest to chest there, but he beat him to the spot. There shouldn't have been a foul call there. It's good officiating.
Larson inside spins. He finds himself underneath the rim, so he tries to fade away. No. Larson, Nile, no. Nile tries to get the ball right back, and who comes out of it? Ian Machenbaker, and a foul here on West Fargo Sheyenne. Foul comes here. This will be on Michael Nile. His first in the team's fifth, and we have a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. On the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard in the EDC Boys Basketball Championship, it's Davies up by 11.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high-bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
After the conclusion of this game is done, we'll find out who's going to be Coach of the Year, Senior Athlete of the Year, the All-Conference team, and more. That's all coming up. Congratulations goes out to Addie Wagner from Fargo South, was named EDC Girls Basketball Senior Athlete of the Year, Alex. And I know you follow more, obviously, on the boys' side, and with the mirror scheduling, sometimes you don't get to see everyone play on the girls' side. But Addie Wagner, second all-time with over 2,000 career points. That's more than you and I ever had going back to our travel days combined.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable feat. Hats off to her. Just an incredible year. Been through a lot, been playing varsity basketball for a long time. And she's earned the respect of every single girl that she's ever played, and I can guarantee you that.
There's no question. And Carla Nelson's happy because she's going to be a future Dragon. Three-pointer on the way, off the mark, and just coming out of a cannon there. Here comes Fargo Davies to the paint. The shot is blocked. Raymond Brown's shot gets blocked by Dostman. Up the other end of the floor here is going to be Larson, and see if Sheyenne can take advantage of it. Hagan, left-hand side to Dostman. Dostman step through now to Nile. Nile thought about a three. Looking on the inside, he'll shoot the three. That shot is off the mark as Larson was battling for it on the interior, and it will be Fargo Davies basketball.
What a great chase down block from Dostman on that other end there. Leading the EDC in blocks right now. And I believe against Fargo South, he maybe had 4 or 5 blocks at least against the Bruins in that first round EDC game. Definitely a paint or rim protector on the defensive end.
And wants to be an offensive threat. The lefty three tickles the twine. Dominic Dostman, the senior forward for the triple. And the Mustangs are back within 8. To your point, too, Dosman had 9 blocks in 2 games here in the EDC tournament. That's not too shabby. Here's Frostley lost it. Last off of a Mustang, though. Right now, it's just been one team's been able to get to the paint a little bit more, Alex, it feels like, with Davies, where it seems like that, you know, they call it pack line defense, where it's been very tough for Sheyenne to try to get anything 10 feet and under that's not off a missed shot.
Yep, absolutely, and that's where you see Sheyenne here throwing a little 2-3 trap out here, maybe causing some turnovers. It's an opportunity for him to maybe get some transition buckets. It's a lot easier to get into the paint in transition before the defense sets up.
Ball goes left-hand side here. That's Caleb Deere, the sophomore guard. Back to Niall around the horn. Right-hand side is Hagen. Hagen gives it to Larson. Yorkie on the guard. Excuse me, that's with Raymond Brown. Now it's going to be Deere back to Niall. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Niall looking for it. Nothing there. Larson tries to rip it through. Raymond Brown gets the steal. Brown leads a little transition game. Pops it past to Van Dam. And good defense by Hagen getting back. The hustle plays right now. If you would have a stat sheet for that, it'd be filling up awfully quick.
Oh, yeah. Both teams have a lot of guys. I mean, you know, you're not playing tomorrow. You're not playing the next day. You've got until next Thursday. You've got an EDC championship on the line. Yeah, you got to leave it all out there, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Machin Baker will handle it here. Again, a 2-3 zone really extending right now. Van Dam goes to the 10 and finishes over Newton for 2. Van Dam with the points there for Fargo Davies as they are back up by double digits. Ball goes left-hand side, posting up is Dominic Dosman, and we have a foul here. This will be the second on Daniel Yorkie. That's going to be the team's 5th here on Fargo Davies. Both teams with 5 team fouls right now, so 1 to give. The Eagles with all 5 timeouts remaining. Sheyenne with 4 as Proctor checks back into the game for the aforementioned Yorkie. Sheyenne, it just hasn't been any one particular player right now. 4 players in the scoring column, but 3 by Hagen, 3 by Newton, 3 by Dosman. Niall looking, finds Hagen, top of the key, 3 on the way, and this is the 3rd made 3 for the Mustangs, and the 2nd by Hagen.
And let me tell you what, that's so big just because that's going to allow them to potentially open up some things on the interior, especially with Niall as they get a steal here. Looking to see if they can convert something on the other end.
Dominic Dosman inside over Proctor, shot off the mark. Proctor gets the rebound. Now it goes with Claybo the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Claybo, Euro step down the paint. Lost it on his way up, threw it up, and Brown was there to clear the window. And a timeout for head coach Bart Manson. Raymond Brown now with 6 points. Bart wants a timeout. We'll break with him. 5:22 left in the first half. On United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, it's EDC Championship night, and the Eagles lead by 9.
Let the team at Taxman help prepare your taxes and answer any of your tax-related questions. From financial planning, payroll services, and retirement planning, Taxman focuses on your unique tax, accounting, and consulting needs. For expert, affordable service from accountants that care about you with a combined 200 years of experience, choose Taxman. Open year-round with offices in Fargo and Moorhead. For more information, go online to fmtaxman.com.
Coming up at the half, we'll take a look at our first half numbers. Fargo Davies girls basketball coach Tona Safransky will join our conversation as we'll recap their championship. 3rd straight for the Eagles on the girls' side. That's a team that was state runner-up from a year ago. The only thing they haven't done is win a state championship. Well, the way they've been playing, they might get there here this season. Davies boys trying to win their first EDC championship in a couple seasons. Sheyenne, well, they've won the last 2. Niall inside, ball gets deflected, bounce pass, then to Niall with the 2-head rim rocking jam.
Good interior pass there from Deere, finding the open Niall. Let's see if that can get him going a little bit.
Finish too with a nice quick right to left movement there. The ball just bounced right to Deere and a better find there on the bounce pass. This one left-hand side, Raymond Brown looking, finds Machin Baker. 2-3 zone continues. Proctor to Raymond Brown. Brown with it, spins, little shovel pass down the paint to Van Dam. Van Dam off the window for 2. Evan Van Dam, the 6'6 senior forward, needed every inch of that one as he gets the 2 points.
That was good disciplined offense there from Fargo Davies. Moving the ball, not forcing anything, playing off of 2 feet, making good passes.
Niall, that shot is off the mark. Ball goes to Alex Proctor, and Fargo Davies right now will handle the basketball. Eagles in the front court with it. This one goes to the baseline. Now to Machin Baker. This zone is very active here again for Sheyenne up top, trying to limit this though. A three! Clabo buries another one.
Yeah, and that's the one danger of going to a zone when you're that aggressive. You know, if they can make crisp passes straight into the shooting pocket like Motzenbaker did right there for Clabo, they're going to have a hard time closing out quickly to those shooters on the perimeter.
Dosman on the inside, battling for it with Proctor. This one goes to the left. Michael Niall with the shot fake, throws it up, and it's going to be a foul here on the reach with Proctor. His second, team sixth, as Michael Niall goes to the free throw line.
How many guys in our league do you think would have even had the opportunity to almost put that one in after that foul, after how far away from the hoop you picked that one up?
I mean, you look at Michael, a 6'6" senior. He's a lefty, but the amount of range he takes in his step is just tremendous.
Yeah, and you know he's listed as a guard, too.
As Niall makes free throw attempt number one. Sheyenne beat Wahpeton by 9 in the quarters and took care of business by West Fargo by 13 to get here. Fargo Davies, no problem with Central, then won a nail-biter against Fargo Sheyenne in the semifinals to get to this EDC championship. Niall 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 10-point deficit here for West Fargo Sheyenne. The Mustangs have never led so far in this contest. It's been Davies wire to wire right now, but the Mustangs just trailing it by 10. Brown rises right to the key. Three-pointer off the iron. No one boxes out Motzenbaker. So Ian gets a fresh 30. He'll rise from 15 feet and say thank you very much for the 2 points.
Yeah, and when you're battling a deficit, those are ones that you can't really give up. Those offensive rebounds, you got to expect long shots, long rebounds. Motzenbaker got that rebound from behind the three-point line.
This one, right-hand side, bounce pass, threading the needle. There is Hagen, then the extra find to Newton. Shot off the iron and rebound. Comes down to Motzenbaker. Motzenbaker hard to the tin over Larson for 2. In transition, that's been a little difference in this game. The Eagles have gotten some easier buckets in transition.
Wow, their guards are just so explosive. They can get to the rim in a blink of an eye.
Xander Newton, high post touch here. Looking to spin, little shovel pass on the interior. Larson off the window, no. Larson power, dribble over Clabo for 2. Caleb Larson's first field goal of this contest, his first points, and that's a guy, if he gets things going for Tom Kirchhoffner, Sheyenne could really make a run.
Oh, and he is a dangerous, dangerous perimeter shooter, making just under 3 threes per game. He's a guy, he can knock down 7 or 8 in a game if you let him.
Clabo, shot off the mark, Brown with it. Clabo then gives it back to Brown. What can Brown do for you? And he gets 3 right there for Raymond Brown.
Yeah, he's put together a great game so far. He's been really active on the defensive end and putting in some shots on the offensive end. That's always a boost when you've already got Motzenbaker and Clabo. Ooh.
And Xander Newton somehow creates a shot. He went up at the free throw line, somehow levitated, it felt like, had a pump fake and got the contact and even used the window. I don't know if he could replicate that shot again.
That's not really a shot you practice either. Great balance and focus there from Newton to put that one in there.
Frostley picks up the foul, his first. That's a team 7. So Cheyenne's in the bonus from here on out as Newton gets his second and one of the game. And again, it was good to see because when he went out 48 hours ago, it looked bad. I mean, the way he was kind of grabbing at his knee, you always think ACL, MCL instantly. So it's really good to see Xander Newton from the short term playing here, but next week as a senior going to be playing at State.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's a big part of their team. He provides a lot of energy, a really good offensive rebounder, just a really good role player.
Ball gets tapped out, and it will be to West Fargo Sheyenne after the missed shot there by Motzenbaker. It's the EDC Boys Basketball Championship here on your live event. Thank you very much for tuning into all of our coverage here on your live event throughout the weekend. We've had a lot of fun. 4 games Thursday, 4 games Friday. This is our 6th game today. We had 3 quarterfinals on Saturday and also a couple play-in rounds on Saturday and a handful of games, 4 of them in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. Shot is off the mark by Dosman. Frostley up the floor. This one goes to Braflat. Braflat uses up that dribble, finds Frostley. Look out! Ooh. He tried the rim rock and jam. Instead, Braflat will hang with it. Brown, little shovel pass. Back up top now to Motzenbaker. Motzenbaker thought about a 24-footer, thought better of it. He goes inside and says, I like 16 feet better. Let's rip that one.
Well, I think you can see there's a clear difference in speed on the court right here. Sheyenne a lot taller than Davies, lengthier. Davies has a lot more guard play. They're sprinting up and down the floor. And right now, so far, the quickness has had the advantage in this one.
Nice shot by Dosman on the runner as it goes the other end here for Fargo Davies as they'll leave it right-hand side. Ball gets back up top here. West Fargo Sheyenne will go hard down the paint, and we get a blocking foul and count it. Caleb Larson gets the and-one opportunity here for West Fargo Sheyenne.
And that's why when you're a coach, you tell your players, in transition especially, you got to play off of 2 feet. Larson did a good job, went 1-2, going off of 2 feet, went around the defender there, finished. That was a really nice finger roll there for the finish.
A foul will come on Machenbaker. That's just his first. Davies, the only 2 players in foul trouble is Yorkie and Proctor with 2. West Fargo Sheyenne, they only have 5 team fouls, so they're just doing quite fine in that category as well. Larson misses the free throw. Rebound comes down to Fargo Davies with Max Mitzel, a 6'1" guard, and just when he said there's not too much foul trouble, well, Larson picks up a foul. That's going to be a tough one because that's going to be his second. There's the old announcer's jinx. I don't believe in it because we're just talking about the game, but some people say, sure, you go 8 of 8 from the free throw line, and then when you say it, Alex, he misses, it's our problem.
No, you can't put that on us. You can't put that on us.
Welcome to Media Row. 10 seconds left here in the first half. A 10-point advantage here for Fargo Davies. Machenbaker, driving kick, left-hand side, three-pointer on the way. This one is short, but rebound goes to Claybo right before, and he goes, hey, nice pass, nice pass. He wants the assist. Claybo will finish with 13 points in the first half to lead the floor for Fargo Davies. West Fargo Sheyenne in comparison right now, led by the 6 of Hagan and the 6 of Michael Nile. At the half here in the EDC Boys Basketball Championship, Davies leads by 12. Our halftime show is next.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good. From simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
Powerful and playful, delicate and precise, bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
as we're back here at the half in the boys contest in the EDC Championship. Fargo Davies leads it by 12. Joining us now is head basketball coach for the Fargo Davies Eagles. It's Tona Safransky. And Tona, a really nice 3 games for you guys in the EDC tournament. The #1 seed, able to take care of Fargo North, able to take care of the semifinal round game as well, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a championship against a team you're awfully familiar with in Grand Forks Red River.
Yeah.
Just talk about this week of basketball from a coach's point of view.
Yeah, I think the girls were really focused on, every detail that we threw at them. They knew that, we kind of talk about 3 phases of the year.
Yep.
Phase 1 was over, and there's a lot that goes into that process. And then this was phase 2, and they were really focused on what we wanted to accomplish. And, they just came to work and did their jobs, and they were great teammates to each other. They, played as a team and worked very hard to do the things we asked them to do.
This is one of these things where you came into November, Riley Watch is gone, Taylor Faye's gone, some of the seniors from last year are gone, so you knew there was going to be some new faces coming in. But these girls were in the gym last year, whether as JV players or getting some minutes as varsity players as well. Talk about the experience of this time of the year and what they understand, because you guys made a state title run last year, making it to the state championship game. How much of that experience came in, and once you saw things clicking as a coach, obviously there's always room for improvement, but I'm sure it was like, all right, it feels like we kind of know our identity a little bit here.
Yeah, I think the groundwork that was laid in place last year, and even in prior years to that, and what the seniors did last year with the current, younger players that we have this year and that got some experience with those seniors last year was huge. And, I think those kids came in hungry this year. We did had a great season last year and, did really, really good things. And, they want to get back to where we were and try to make a run at it.
Ava Wild is a senior. Your daughter Taylor's a senior. Marissa Burian's a senior. Kennedy Vettel is another senior. I mean, what's it about this senior class here that just makes them so cohesive?
Well, I think first and foremost, they're great people. And all 5 of them, they get along with each other. They support each other. They support the other players on our team. And they've been great leaders for us all year, both on and off the court.
Last thing for you, have you already scouted, or are you already looking at Bismarck Legacy now? I know you're about an hour and a half removed, but what's this week going to be like now as you get ready for, the Sabres have made some noise in recent years, obviously, out in state with head coach Jim Petrick out there. What's the next couple of days going to be like for your club now, Tona?
Yeah, Coach Petrick is a great coach, and he, will have them ready to go, and obviously they're back in the state tournament for a reason as well. And, yeah, we'll go get some film and continue to break some things down and see, where we can try to, get a game plan together for them and just continue on with our process.
It's going to be a lot of fun to see. It's been a lot of fun throughout this season. Thank you so much, Tona, throughout the season for your time. Congratulations on another EDC tournament, and I know there's still 3 more games that you're hoping for next week that go your way, so best of luck next week in Bismarck.
Thank you so much. Everyone so appreciates all that you do for all of our athletes, and, getting this live stream out for all of our families that aren't around here is super awesome. So thank you so much for all your hard work.
You bet. Thank you very much. Tona Safransky here, head coach of the Fargo Davies Eagles. When we come back after this, we'll recap the first half in the boys game. Davies wins it over Red River again in the girls contest. The Eagles right now up by 12 over Sheyenne in the boys contest. Our halftime show continues after this.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. At Lake Region State College, we change lives.
Buying a new home but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health. Here for all. Here for good.
As we continue here, it's Fargo Davies and West Fargo Sheyenne at the half in the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament. Alex, taking a look at the first half numbers, what stands off the page for you?
Well, Fargo Davies holding the Mustangs to 29% shooting from the floor. Haven't let anything easy go for the Mustangs here in the first half. I mean, it's just been, and the Mustangs have gotten lots of interior shots too, but the Eagles have just done a really good job of contesting, walling up without fouling, and 9 offensive rebounds for the Mustangs. But, I mean, in all reality, when you miss that many shots, that's really not that many.
No, yeah, without question. Final thing for you, what needs to happen here in this second half if you're a West Fargo Sheyenne fan here? What just needs to kind of come out a little bit better in terms of an offensive efficiency?
Well, I would look to take advantage of some mismatches down low. Maybe try to post some of those smaller guards up of Fargo Davies, see if you can get something inside. And if they double down or they squeeze and help a lot, then that's going to open up some shooters on the perimeter.
West Fargo Sheyenne in the first half led by the 6 of Niall Hagan and Newton. For Fargo Davies led by the 13 of Mason Clabo and the 10 points of Ian Machenbaker. And Machenbaker with it and goes right to the 10 for 2.
And not the start that you wanted if you're a Mustang fan. Turnover first possession. Well, it looks like Fargo Davies, they elect to come out in sort of a 1-3-1 look here to try to throw the Mustangs off, but good interior pass there from Newton to Niall for the 2.
Michael Niall finishes. He's a lefty, so he finished with the right hand. Can show you he's ambidextrous as well. I could never dribble left, so I could never start. Okay, it was just for hustle. But again, this is one of those deals where Michael Niall, such a really good ball player, and continues to be so for Sheyenne here tonight. This one goes Machenbaker, right-hand side, Raymond Brown, rising, shooting off the front iron, and a rebound comes down to Xander Newton. Newton, Dosman, you have alongside Niall Hagan with the ball, and Larson, the original starting 5 for West Fargo Sheyenne. The same for Davies with Frostley, Van Dam, Machenbaker, Clabo, and Raymond Brown.
And now you can see Clabo is guarding Newton there.
3.
But, yeah, I think you'd like to expose that. Ooh, Larson, good steal there, heads-up play.
Larson with the and. I tell you what, he wasn't hanging in the weeds. He was just waiting for the big man to bring it down to his zip code. And once that happened, Larson gets the steal and the end one opportunity.
And Larson's been really locked in on the defensive end so far. You can tell that he's one of those kids. He's a gamer. He's a gamer. He's flying around on the defensive end. Hasn't had an extreme amount of success on the offensive end so far, but if things aren't going your way on the offensive end, you can always control what you bring on the defensive end.
Frostley picks up the foul here for Fargo Davies. He'll get subbed out for awfully quickly as Braflat will check into the contest here. It was a 12-point lead for Davies again at the half. Clabo spinning, hanging, and going through contact for 2. Mason Clabo now with 15 points.
Wow, just absorbs the contact there from Larson. Great focus, great balance, great touch. Just a phenomenal player.
James Hagan will take not one but two ball screens here, the right-hand side. A little pick and flare action there with Larson. Dostman asking for it on the interior. Nothing's given. Right-hand side, Michael Nile. Nile gets double-teamed here, tries to rip it through. Now to Hagan, interior, Newton backdoor to Dostman. Dostman throws it up and count it, or it's a charge. It is. Van Dam just slid over and was expecting the contact by Dostman, and give credit to the senior, Evan Van Dam.
Obviously, went in the Eagles' favor there. That one's sort of 50-50 one to me. It looks like I wasn't sure if he was quite square. You know, it was set, but generally speaking, your shoulder's got to be square to the offensive player. Maybe a tough one there for Dostman.
Claybo, 16-footer. That one was halfway in and out. Rebound comes down to Newton, and we get a foul here on Fargo Davies as Broflat was trying as best as possible to grab the ball around the shoelaces there of the Mustang player.
Yeah, and those are ones that you can live with if you're a coach. One of your players gets a loose ball foul because they're hustling, getting on the floor. Those are the fouls that you want as a coach.
15-18 left to play on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Fargo Davies leads it by 2 over West Fargo Sheyenne. Michael Nile crossing over, hang, shoot. Shot is off the mark. Put back here by Nile. Yes.
Wow, great springs there. It's not easy to elevate, miss a shot, and just instantly spring back up off the floor to go finish. Great anticipation there and finish from Nile.
Zone defense now by West Fargo Sheyenne. Raymond Brown with the basketball here. Spins on Hagan. Left-handed shot is off the mark. Almost like a bowling-style shot there to try to get it off. And right now it's still a 10-point game for Fargo Davies. Dostman inside Xander Newton. Newton spins to the baseline here, and a foul comes on Caden Broflat. That's his second and the team's third here of this second half, and going to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Xander Newton.
And here you can see the Mustangs are starting to get that ball inside and having a little bit more success. Let's see if they can continue to work the ball down there, get some easy ones.
In this contest right now, Davies shooting 50% from the floor, Cheyenne at 32%. Turnovers for Cheyenne right now at 11. You have 5 for Fargo Davies. Newton goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and a rebound comes down to the Eagles here. As this one's going to be with Machin Baker, who calls out the offense here for the Eagles. Ball goes left-hand side, back up top as they reverse it, right wing now to Yorkie. Yorkie with it, passes across the paint, ball gets deflected, now to Dominic Dostman. James Hagan in the backcourt. Hagan will handle a rock here, leaves it. Michael Nile, right wing, rising, shooting. That one is long. Ball gets tipped by Larson. Dostman saves it before it goes out of bounds, and a second chance for the Mustangs. Hagan, top of the key, open, got it!
Good hustle there from the Mustangs. Look at this, Davies' second best rebounder. I guess in their eyes, Mason Claybo was at the bottom of that last free throw attempt. So if you look at the size difference right now, I mean, if you're Coach Kirchhoffner, you're telling your players to get to the glass every time a shot goes up.
Three-pointer off the mark. It's going to be off of Yorkie here as this ball will go to West Fargo Sheyenne. And how about the hockey assist by Larson, right? I mean, Dominic Dostman, Larson. Dostman, flies out of bounds, so I guess the hockey assist goes to Dostman. But just great hustle we've seen from start to finish in this contest, Alex.
Absolutely, absolutely. You love to see it. Mustangs are starting to chip away just a little bit. See, a bucket right here would be big.
Nile three-pointer is short. Ball gets tapped down. It's going to be off they'll say it's going to go to Fargo Davies. So in this contest right now, Fargo Sheyenne just down by 7, but it just feels like they should be down by a lot more with how this game started. A 7-0 run by Davies. They get up by double digits, up by 12 at the half. Cheyenne's never trailed, but there's that old adage, if you don't put a team away early, they might come back and bite you.
Yep, and that's all been because of their defensive intensity. You see, Davies still isn't getting anything easy as Matson Baker.
He makes it look easy.
He does make it look easy.
Timeout on the floor here for Bart Manson. We'll break with him. A 9-point edge for Davies on your live events.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. a community of faith with church and youth programs, auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers, banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available, welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Back inside the Shields Center, Chase Miller alongside with Valley City Highlander boys basketball coach. That's Alex Quist. Joey Hughes running the camera. Thanks to Joel Morgan as well throughout the day providing coverage here. And we still got a lot to figure out here. 13:01 in the EDC Boys Basketball Championship Contest. The all-conference teams will be announced a little bit later on. We will get to our Senior Athlete Coach of the Year as well here in the Eastern Dakota Conference. March is always a fun time of the year, but when you get an atmosphere like this, where teams are coming, fans are coming from opposing teams, makes it a lot of fun here inside the Shield Center.
Oh, and it's just a great little preview, just a little taste of what's to come next weekend as both of these teams head to state. It's definitely an exciting time for these players. Going to be buzzing next weekend just like it is now.
This one will be a runner inside for two. Xander Newton having himself a really good contest here for West Fargo Sheyenne, now with 8.
Yeah, he's giving them just about a little bit of everything, and I mean, a guy like that, he brings a lot to your team, so they're definitely fortunate to have him back on the floor tonight.
Michael Nio clears the window here, and don't look now, a bucket by Cheyenne. They'd be back within 2 possessions. Taking a ball screen, there is Hagan. Hagan goes hard to the 10, and there's a foul. And this is on Yorkie, who's been in foul trouble throughout this contest. Yorkie will pick up his 3rd, team's 4th, and going to the free throw line to shoot 2 is James Hagan. Hagan, 3 made 3-pointers so far here in this contest. And now give him 1 from the free throw line as we'll crank our Nat sound mics. Thanks to the folks here inside the Shield Center for setting us up, and also to the Fargo Metro Tournament Committee for providing coverage and helping us out here inside the Shield Center. Let's just let the sound, as they say in NASCAR, we'll crank it up. A perf one to do it because it just hung on the rim. Machenbaker crossing over on the inside, looking back door on the find to Proctor for the layup for 2.
Great back cut there from Proctor. Good heads-up play from Machenbaker to jump stop, look off the defender, and just drop it perfectly to where Proctor could catch it within stride and just elevate and score.
James Hagan, right-hand side here, now to Michael Nile. Nile looking for the rip-through, takes a couple hard dribbles. Proctor is there, and there's a foul, and count it! Michael Nile went through Alex Proctor for the end one.
And that was great perimeter defense there, too, until he slapped down. But, I mean, there's just about nothing that he could have done there. I mean, Nile, he decided he was getting to the rim, and, wow, great finish through the contact.
A lot of fun to see this back and forth kind of a game. You wondered what we were going to get the 3rd time around as Nile misses that one. Larson with the offensive rebound, takes a dribble, shoots, and scores. Just like that, 4 quick points for Cheyenne. And you look on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, the Mustangs are back within 4.
And that's with a lot of missed free throws this half, too.
At the top of the key, here goes Raymond Brown right now. Davies looking for the answer with Proctor on a 5-out offense here. Proctor hangs, and there's a foul here on West Fargo Cheyenne. That's consistent from what we just saw a couple of plays ago on the opposite side. The blue faithful and orange probably don't like it, but Trent Free gets called with the foul.
Oh, anytime there's a 50-50 call, you're going to hear something from the fans. But hats off to the officials. Called a great game so far. The entire EDC tournament, I mean, both boys and girls, I think officiating has been outstanding. You know that it's not easy being an official, and especially at the state that we're in right now, officiating shortages throughout the United States. We definitely appreciate their services.
Free throw attempt number 1 is good by Proctor. Second one is off the mark. Rebound comes down to Larson as West Fargo Cheyenne will bring it in the front court now, trailing by 5. A bucket to get back within 1 possession here at the 11-minute mark in the second half. Niles spins inside, trying to save it here is Cheyenne, unable to do so on the interior with Caleb Deere. Cheyenne shooting 37% from the floor, 4 made threes. Davies shooting 50% from the floor, but they've had to earn it as of late. They have 3 made threes in this contest. Claybo, right-hand side, little hesitation dribble, spins on the interior here on the paint. Shot is off the mark, a rebound to Michael Nile as Proctor almost poked it away. Hagen in the front court. Now we'll see what Sheyenne brings up offensively. We've seen this set a couple of times. Left wing three by Free. Off the back iron, ball gets tapped around and off it will be off of West Fargo Sheyenne. Caleb Deere, Mason Claybo had one tip, had a second tip. Ball finally went out of play. Hold on your popcorn in the front row.
Oh, yeah, those loose balls, those rebounds, you know, Sheyenne, they're not just going to let the Eagles just freely get any rebounds. You know, they're crashing every single time, looking to get those extra possessions.
Claybo with the crossover, but we're going to get a kick here by Dostman. Shot clock at 20 seconds, 10-17 left to play here in regulation. Still to come, our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Final numbers here from the victorious player or two, and maybe even their head coach. And alongside, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises play of the game. Machenbaker, shot is up and shot is off the mark. Hagen gets the rebound. Hagen will bring it in the front court now for West Fargo Sheyenne. Little hesitation dribble coming here. Driving kick action, right-hand side. Ball gets right back. A free shot is off. No. Free putback, no. Free tries to get another opportunity here. Ball gets tapped out in two. Well, it's going to be Claybo. Claybo leads a 2-on-2. Nice little move down the paint with the left hand and the finger roll layup.
And there's not too many players that can do that either. I mean, there was just about no space for him there in transition. Sheyenne did a great job sprinting back, but I mean, great players make great plays.
Mason Claybo gives the Eagles a 7-point lead, and Dominic Dostman almost got the and one on the other side. Dostman 5 points in the contest, held scoreless here, but he'll go to line to shoot two.
Oh, and that was a great seal too. You love to see that out of your big men. Running the floor and sealing early in offense, catch the defender off guard a little bit. And a good aggressive move, sorry.
And I was gonna say now, Alex, here's the thing, if you're Bart Manson, there's 9:30 left, but you got 3 with Yorkie. You have 3 right now with Frostley and 3 with Alex Proctor.
Yeah, those are 3 big rotation players for them, but Sheyenne, they got to start knocking down some free throws if they're going to chip into this lead and make a comeback.
Especially now that Fargo Davies has their 16 fouls, so they could be there a lot for the remainder of this game. Sheyenne back within 2 possessions. Machenbaker, left-handed layup off the window for 2. Machenbaker with 16.
He holds up his left hand as he comes back down the court. Shot that one over the weak side defender, Dostman, who leads the EDC in blocks again. That's a tough finish.
Hagen, top of the key, right-hand side Free. On the interior now to Newton. Triple team comes, kick out to Free. Shot fake, Free goes down the paint, lost it on the way up. Rebound comes down now to Brown, and the Eagles want to get up in transition here. Brown gives it to Claybo. Claybo takes a couple hard dribbles and a foul on the floor. See who the foul comes on of Sheyenne. This one will be on Caleb Deere. His first, team's third, so Cheyenne still has a couple more to play with from that category as Larson will check back into the contest for West Fargo Sheyenne.
Man, these Eagle guards, they're just lightning in a bottle. All 3 of them. They got Claybo, Machenbaker, Raymond Brown. I mean, those 3 put so much pressure on their defenders. It's just unbelievable. You cannot come out of your stance when you're guarding those guys, because if you do, they're going to take advantage of it and blow right by you.
Raymond Brown leaves it now to Proctor. Proctor at 20 seconds on the shot clock, working with Claybo. Man defense continues here, and Davies is really making Cheyenne have to guard the entirety of the floor as Proctor shoots it, and we'll have a jump ball here. Possession will stay with Fargo Davies. But what's the one thing? We saw this with Coach Calipari with Kentucky, right? That dribble drive motion offense. But with Davies, it's even a foot or 2 beyond the college line because they have so many shooters, so you have to close out on them here, Alex.
Yeah, so that just allows that much more space for those guards to operate as Raymond Brown putting together a really nice game here, knocks down another jump shot, and he hasn't missed too much.
I like the shoes, by the way. Gold with a little light purple. Reminds me of the Laker colors. Here comes Nile the other way, right-handed layup, and we have a foul, and it looks like as the officials will talk it over and discuss to see if it's a block or a charge. Bart Manson saying it's going offensive, but it will be on Fargo Davies. The foul will be on Broflat, so here's another one for the Eagles to pick up their 3rd foul. Two shots upcoming for Niall.
It looked like the officiating crew, they were talking it over, maybe asking if one of them saw heels in the restricted arc or not. Big hit from the free throw line there for Niall. Hopefully can build a little momentum. The free throw line can be sort of a mental hurdle for some people, especially if teammates start missing some. It's a lot easier for that to sort of trickle over into some of your other guys.
Niall with 14 points, able to go 2 for 2 from the line. I think they heard you, Alex, and you got to make it free throws. As Niall goes 2 for 2, back to an 8-point game here. But it's never been back down to one possession in this second half. Got us close to 4. Raymond Brown, left wing 3 on the way. Got it! Give the assist to another guard in Monchenbaker. The backcourt is sensational for Davies.
Yeah, there is not another backcourt like this in the league. I mean, those 3 guys, they just put so much pressure on you, both on offense and defense.
Dominic Dosman will spin. They'll say it's deflected. It will stay with the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Student section in full force for Cheyenne. Student section in full force for Fargo Davies. A great crowd here in the EDC Girls Championship. I don't know if they're to the rafters, but I know they're to the second level here behind us inside the Shield Center.
Oh yeah, great showing here. I would expect nothing less from 2 great programs here. Very competitive in their first 2 games this season. We're hoping Cheyenne can maybe muster up a couple points here. You know, as a commentator, you definitely cheer for a close game. But they've both played really well so far. Be fun to see who comes out on top here. Ooh.
Oh, that helps. Hagen beats the buzzer. He's got now 6 in this half, 12 in the contest. And to your point, a 7-point win for Cheyenne at Davies earlier this year. A 6-point win then for Davies at Cheyenne. Proctor, right wing 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down to James Hagen. And also the last 10, 5 wins for Davies, 5 wins for Cheyenne. And Davies snapped a 5-game losing streak to Cheyenne earlier this year. Cheyenne, the back-to-back tournament champ. Davies looking for their first since 2019. Niall inside the paint off the iron. Proctor with the rebound.
Yeah, and they're not giving anything easy for Niall right now.
Braflat, right-hand side, finds a cutting Claybo. Claybo uses up that dribble, bounce pass to Braflat, and the shot gets blocked. But how about the window there for Claybo? That wasn't even bigger than a doggy door going outside from your kitchen out into the backyard. I don't know how he was able to get it through to Mustangs.
Oh, I'm with you there. I was surprised he passed it because I just wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it to his teammate there.
Xander Newton now with 2. You have 2 with Larson and 2 with Dominic Dosman, as well as Braflat misses the free throw attempt here. As checking out of the contest will be Proctor. Davies will bring some more size on the floor here with Evan Van Dam. Free throw attempt number 2 is off the front iron, and a rebound comes down to West Fargo Cheyenne. On the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, Davies up by 9. United Savings Credit Union, 2 locations in Fargo, 1 in Detroit Lakes and 1 in Dilworth as well. Dosman bounce pass interior, and there's going to be a foul here. This will be on Claybo trying to get in front. Mason will pick up his second. That'll be the team's 8th, and bonus opportunities. So, Alex, not to beat a dead horse here, and no offense to the Mustangs mascot, I'm not trying to go that way, but big free throws again here for Cheyenne.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Anytime you got a chance to chip into a lead, I mean, you got to take advantage of it. You're unguarded at the free throw line.
Shot is going to be off the mark. Cheyenne 10 of 17 now from the line. Davies at 5 of 10 respectively. Eagles up by 9 with the basketball in the front court here. This one goes to Monchenbaker. Monchenbaker goes hard down the paint, left-handed layup, no. Rebound by Braflat. Kick out to Brown. Brown for 3. Off the mark, and our board is Xander Newton. This one goes the other end of the floor now to Larson. Finds it, Dosman. Dosman hard to the tin, and a foul on either Van Dam or Braflat as Dominic Dosman will go to the line. The foul will come here. This will be on Evan Van Dam. He's got fouls to give. That's his first. Dosman to the line to shoot 2 here with the clock stopped with under 6 minutes to play for the Mustangs. Next free throw attempt number 1. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here. Alex, just your quick thoughts on the EDC this year. Did it go according to plan? Was there a surprise team? I know West Fargo is probably a favorite. Sheyenne had a lot of new players. They're going to graduate pretty much a new starting 5 this year. Davies had some new rotational pieces as well. How do you think the EDC kind of went from to November to where we are now?
Yeah, I think the top played out how most people would have anticipated. You know, West Fargo, Sheyenne, and Fargo Davies. I mean, those 3 teams are usually at the top. Sometimes it's hard to really get a feel for which team's going to end up on top out of those teams. But you know, come playoff time, those 3 teams are going to be playing some really good basketball, and they're going to be a tough outcome tournament time.
Braflat on the pass from Claybo, a good move, just unable to finish, and Sheyenne gets 2 free throws. They get a stop, a bucket here to get it back to 2 possessions. 3-pointer on the way, off the mark. Rebound gets tapped out, and Braflat and Niall almost went into Rick Flaxbarth across their way, and Ben Potter, the man with the PA announcer. I've sent steeplechase once before, and Michael Niall looked like he was going to be hurdling the far side there on the far side.
And I think the workers back there are thankful that he decided not to.
Here it goes, top of the key, Machenbaker. Machenbaker will handle it here. Shot fake, spins, looking, finding, right-hand side, Claybo. Claybo at the right wing, man defense here. Machenbaker from University Drive off the front iron. That was from deep.
Well, he's more than capable of knocking that down, though. He's had to put together a nice game so far, Machenbaker has.
Hagen to Michael Niall, rip through here on Braflat. Niall off the backboard, no. Rebound inside by Larson, and it was last touch off of Fargo Davies. The shot, though, never drew iron, so the shot clock will stay at 14 seconds here. 57-50. Davies up by 7. Niall inside, right-handed shot off the iron. Defense nicely done by Braflat there.
And again, they're making it really tough on Niall right now. Great interior defense from the Eagles.
Right-hand side here for Fargo Davies. Raymond Brown, little hesitation, dribble, left-handed layup for 2, and a timeout on the floor. Raymond Brown with 16 points here for the sophomore guard. Fargo Davies up by 9. Bart Manson wants a timeout. We'll break with them. Eagles in the EDC Championship, 4:25 away from trying to win their first tournament title since 2019.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Back here inside the Shield Center, Alex Quist, Chase Miller with you here courtside. Joey Hughes running the camera. Alex, after the timeout by Bart Manson, what's Bart saying to his team up by 9 in this situation?
Well, you're saying if you get stops, I mean, you're going to win the game, right? I mean, you would expect the Eagles to score at least 2-3 more buckets in the last 4.5 minutes here. So if they're able to get stops and get a shot up at the rim every single time, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Mustangs to come back here. So in reality, it's just keep doing what you've been doing.
Talk about the backcourt here. Mason Claybo, 17 points. Machenbaker, 16 points. Raymond Brown, 16 points. That's efficiency from those 3.
Oh, that's a three-headed monster there.
Hagen with 12 points. Niall with 14 here to lead the floor for Sheyenne. Niall, his shot's going to get blocked by Braflat, out of bounds in 2. Well, West Fargo Sheyenne, so there's that defense off the timeout there by Braflat. That's been an interesting dynamic in the last 3-4 minutes. Caden, a senior at 6'1", matching up there with another senior in Michael Niall at 6'6". Niall, double team comes, kick, right-hand side. Sheyenne needs it, off the mark, no, and Claybo gets the rebound. Claybo's got some hops. Claybo crossing over and in the front court.
Wisely pulling it out here. Maybe going to use up a little bit of clock and try to get the best look possible here.
Right-hand side here for Mason Claybo, and he's just waving through Raymond Brown. He wants the isolation here, trying to back down Hagen. Spins the baseline, double comes by Niall, and Niall gets the steal. Niall in transition here as Machenbaker is able to hedge him out. Finds a trailing teammate, Deere, 3-pointer on the way. Off the iron, and Proctor gets the rebound and a foul on Sheyenne. Gooslaw will pick up the foul, his first, team's fourth by the Mustangs. Check that, make it their fifth. With 3:30 left to play, time on the floor. We'll break with them. Davies up by 9. Tom Kirchhoffner wants to talk it over here on Your Live Events.
Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will be holding our Hillsboro Operator Clinic Monday, March 21st. To register, visit planterdoc.com. This clinic will provide the opportunity to brush up on monitor setup and operation of precision planting systems. RDK Enterprises Operator Clinic, Monday, March 21st at our Hillsboro store. We look forward to visiting with you. To see the agenda and register for this event, visit planterdoc.com.
Inside the Shield Center here, EDC Boys Basketball Championship. Make sure you stay to our post-game show where we will have the presentation of the championship trophy. Also, the all-conference team will be named Senior Athlete of the Year. We'll hear from some of the winning players as well. That's all coming up on our post-game show. Time up by Tom Kirchhoffner. The Mustangs with 3 remaining, 5 team fouls. Davies has already put Sheyenne now in the double bonus moving forward. They have 2. But first things first for the Mustangs, they need to stop, and they need to now. Claybo in the front court here to Brown. Brown with the basketball, trying to get by Gooslaw, spins. Kick out, Claybo, right wing 3. Got it to go! Mason Claybo was hoping and praying, and he got the little shimmy to boot. He's got 20.
And a great drive and kick out from Raymond Brown, putting himself together. A really nice night.
This one interior now to Michael Nile. Gets by Broflat and count it. Michael Nile with the and one, just what the doctor ordered if you're a Mustang fan, as you're right back in single digits right now with a chance with the 3-point opportunity for Nile.
Yeah, no question here. The Mustangs are going to have to pick up the pace a little bit and play faster than they're maybe accustomed to. Good start here. See if maybe they can force Davies to play a little bit quicker than they want to.
Michael Nile with 17 points, cuts it down to 9, and here's the thing right now for Sheyenne. Now you're to the point where you kind of got to chase the game from here on out after this possession.
Yep, and you see Coach Manson yelling to his players, spread, spread, spread. Looking to spread out the floor, give each other space. Ooh, big turnover here. Let's see if they can convert some points on the other end.
Xander Newton in the front court now with the basketball to Hagan after they came on that half-court trap by Sheyenne to get the stop. Hagan doesn't take the ball screen as they go underneath it. Bounce pass to Michael Nile. Nile on the left block here as they're trying to cut in Larson. Nile tough shot off the mark. No one is able to box out Larson in the inside of the paint for 2. And that's going to swirl in. Caleb Larson with 2 points here, now in double digits with 10.
And how about Braflat? What the job he's been doing on Nile? I mean, I don't think Nile, when was the last time Nile scored besides those free throws there?
It's been a little while here as the right-handed layup by Machenbaker's off the mark. Nile gets the rebound, and all of a sudden Sheyenne, bucket, stop, Now what? Hagan with the basketball here. Hagan right-hand side as she handles it, right wing. Larson going on, and who's it going to be off of? Larson tried to throw it off of Raymond Brown. Instead, he threw the basketball out of play, just kind of found himself on the near sideline, tried to float off the Eagle, and Brown just got out of the way, and the ball went out of bounds, so a turnover on Sheyenne.
And yet another play made by Raymond Brown. I mean, you just can't say enough about what he's brought to the table so far here for the Davies Eagles.
62-55, Eagles a bucket here. It might be too much to overcome for Sheyenne. Left-hand side now for Claybo. Man defense as Larson is on the guard. We'll see if they trap. Here comes the trap on the hedge. They find Machenbaker. Machenbaker down the paint. Hanging runner, no. Machenbaker with a fresh 30 here and can bring it back out. An awfully big offensive board. As now bare minimum, Davies, even if they don't score, can run some clock. Brown gonna drive around the world here. Bounce pass goes to Yorkie. Yorkie on Xander. This one right-hand side to Proctor. Back to Claybo. Claybo with 7 seconds. Claybo's going to drive, dribble, pull back, 3 on the way. Off the front iron, put back by Proctor. No, Naya with the rebound. And the Mustangs got to go in transition in a hurry. Xander Newton right wing, shot fake. Now he'll shoot it. 3, got it! And a timeout by Tom Kirchhoffner. You're not going to like, if you're a Mustang fan, that 60 seconds came off the clock on the offensive board, but you like the quick decision by Newton to make it back to a 2-possession game with that 3.
Absolutely great throw ahead, great awareness. Got to line her up and knock her down.
All of a sudden now, if you're Sheyenne here, Alex, you have a foul to give. So you can be very aggressive, try to get the steal, obviously. If you commit the foul, so be it. But with a 4-point game, you can't really just play this defensive possession out. You can try to get a steal. Jump ball would favor West Fargo Sheyenne, but if it gets in the front court, Cheyenne's going to probably have to foul at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-possession ball game right now. If you let Fargo, if you don't foul them, they're going to take 30 seconds off the clock. So that only leaves 15 seconds for 2 possessions. You got to like your odds a lot more if you just foul right away. Look for them to foul, maybe get one trap and foul after that, but Claybo is one guy you don't want to foul. I believe Claybo and Raymond Brown are their 2 best free throw shooters, and after that, I mean, to be honest with you, they have some guys that struggle from the free throw line. So curious to see if the Mustangs are aware of who they should or shouldn't foul. But if I'm Sheyenne, 2 guys I'm not putting on the line right now are Mason Claybo and Raymond Brown.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 45.5 seconds left to play here on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Davies with the basketball after the full court timeout. Here comes the full court pressure defense here. Machenbaker uses up that dribble, gets in the backcourt to Yorkie here. Yorkie bounce pass finds Raymond Brown, and now they got a foul. No one's fouling. Clock is ticking, and we have a timeout by Bart Manson. Keep it here. 11 seconds does come off the clock, though, so all of a sudden now it's 33.7 left to play. Sheyenne got the trap they wanted, but when those 2 timeouts, the head coach, that's what you're going to do when you find your player in trouble, call the timeout to save the possession.
Yep, smart play there from Coach Manson, saving that possession. And, I don't mind them not fouling once it got across half court there, simply because you have a trap, you have an opportunity to get a steal there. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunate that so much time came off the clock. 19 seconds left. I would expect Sheyenne to go for a steal on the inbounds pass, maybe put the inbounder and guard whoever they don't want to touch the ball, and just foul right away if that ball gets inbounded.
So Fargo Davies down to 1 timeout remaining. The Eagles right now from the free throw line so far in this game, they haven't been there a lot, 5 of 10, and in the second half they're just 1 of 4 respectively. West Fargo Sheyenne 13 of 20, but those free throws just feel like a lot more than what it actually was, especially when you're trailing earlier in the contest. +7 for Sheyenne in rebounds, but it's been the backcourt again. It's the double figures of Claybo, Machenbaker, and Raymond Brown that's been a little bit of the difference maker in this contest.
Oh yeah, just the speed of the game. They control the pace so well. I mean, when they get the ball, they're in attack mode 24/7.
Davies gets it into Yorkie here. Newton will get the foul. That'll be Xander's 3rd, team 6th. And we'll have one more that Sheyenne will have to give before they will put Davies into the bonus. Checking into the contest now is Caleb Deere as Newton will check out. A lot of time left, and Tom Kirchhoffner is just finding ways to create as many possessions as you can. Yorkie with the basketball, Deere with the foul. Clock stops at 30.7 left to play. Deere will pick up his 2nd, is going to the free throw line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. An 88% free throw shooter on the season, Daniel Yorkie.
Well, I guess I missed him. That's probably a guy I'm not so sure you want to foul either.
That one in and out, so the plan works. Now you need a bucket. Doesn't matter what. You just need something to go through the cylinder. Deere to Niall. Niall with a couple hard dribbles. Shoots over Proctor. That's good, and a timeout by Tom Kirchhoffner with 20 seconds left to play. Michael Niall now with 19 points, and this one just got a lot more interesting. The closest it was prior at the half, a 12-point lead for Davies. Sheyenne got it down to 4. It's been Fargo Davies wire to wire. Sheyenne is not led in this contest, but yet with 20 seconds left to play, they still have a chance. And even if Davies makes one free throw, it would still be only a 1-possession game.
Oh yeah, they are knocking on the door, and you love their chances when they still got 7 fouls, so that means it's just going to be a single bonus. You don't get 2 free throws if you get fouled here. And when you miss 1 free throw, I mean, free throws are one of those things, it's a momentum thing, right? You see a teammate miss a free throw, and then you've got that in the back of your head. Instead of thinking make the free throw, you might be thinking don't miss. And that can be a real problem stepping up to the free throw line. So Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Yorkie, great free throw shooter. I'll be curious to see. You might as well foul him again, right? He missed the last one. See if he misses again. But first things first here, you want to see if you can get a steal, get one trap, and then you want to foul as quickly as possible to extend this ball game. Make sure you get the ball back with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Cheyenne fans making some noise. Inbounds here late in the EDC Boys Championship. Home run pass by Clabo up the floor to Proctor, and they're trying to commit the foul. Michael Nile does. Larson was saying, hey, I fouled them at the 19-second mark, not the 17, but regardless, the foul still comes as Nile will pick up the foul, and it still will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Proctor.
Yep, and Proctor, a 61% free throw shooter on the year. No bigger free throw during the year than this one right here.
Got the first.
All right, so if you're Cheyenne, if he misses this one, you don't necessarily need a three. You've got plenty of time left. You've got a timeout left to stop the clock if you put one in, but they gotta work quick.
Proctor goes 2 of 2 from the line, and Bart Manson just points at him once and twice and gives him a fist bump to boot. And the team right there for Fargo Davies giving Alex Proctor a lot of love on the sideline. Those are two big situations. Prior to that, Fargo Davies in the second half was 1 of 5 from the free throw line. The one made three free throw, Alex Proctor, and he just hit two big ones there in the later part of this EDC title game.
Well, Manson was excited, and rightfully so. That's a big-time play there from Proctor. And that's just something that you expect from your upperclassmen, right? I mean, we can talk percentages all that you want, but, I mean, I'm sure you've heard the old adage, you know, throw the percentages out the window come March time because, I mean, gamers are going to come to play.
If you're Tom Kirchhoffner now, you need a bucket. You don't need a three. Obviously, a three would be the best thing because it's a one-possession game no matter the free throw situation the next time down. Do you go with Larson? Do you go with Nile? What are you drawing up? And on the opposite side, does Manson change his man defense and try to throw maybe a 2-3 zone that we've seen today?
Well, yeah, that's a real possibility. But if I'm Cheyenne, I'm going to try to throw the ball in to one of my guards with a head start so he can get the ball up the floor as quick as he can. Maybe set a ball screen. Sometimes a dribble handoff is a nice way to get a shooter a ball. Maybe a dribble handoff with Larson. But either way, you got to get downhill quick.
Oh, Hagen's trying to get downhill quick on Proctor. Shot is off the mark. Proctor with the rebound, and Proctor gets fouled. Alex Proctor, the senior guard, how apropos, held scoreless in the first half. 5 points in the second, gets the last two free throws, gets the potential game-winning rebound here as a senior in this EDC Tournament Championship game.
Definitely a special moment for Proctor. 8 seconds left. And another chance to just pile onto this lead a little bit here and crush the spirits of the Mustangs.
Free throw attempt by Proctor is good. Second one on the way here. Fargo Davies, winners in 2019, winners in 2017, 16, 14 in this EDC tournament, and they're trying to get one this decade. Proctor goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 8 seconds left to play in regulation. Cheyenne has the basketball at center court. As they handle it with Larson, it goes out of play, and that one's going to do it. Fargo Davies with 3 seconds left to go. They are going to be your EDC Boys Basketball Tournament champs here. All that they have to do is inbound it. Mason Clable takes it to the backcourt, and it's a final. Fargo Davies is your EDC Tournament champions. What a scene here. What a scene here inside the Shield Center. Fargo Davies, again, the EDC Tournament champs in 2014. EDC Tournament champs in 2016. EDC Tournament champs in 2019. Runners-up in 2020. Runners-up in 2021 to Cheyenne. And able to win here today. So we're getting close to our state qualifiers in terms of the state tournament being done out west as well. What we know is this, heading to state. Fargo Davies will be the #1 seed going up against Bismarck Century at 6 o'clock. Cheyenne will be the #2 seed on Thursday going up against the Mandan Braves at 4 o'clock. And out in the WDA right now, Minot leads Bismarck by 5 with 11 minutes to play.
Wow. So Great games on both sides of the state here. Definitely excited for next weekend. Well-deserved win here from Fargo Davies, and fortunately for us and everybody watching, we get to watch both of these teams in action again here this next week.
It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the one thing about this CDC Tournament Championship. The loser, their season doesn't come to a close. We saw earlier today 4 teams, 2 girls, 2 boys, with their season come to a close. But here, we're going to get to see some more basketball as they will go to our announcements here in a second with the all-region team. And let's toss it there.
The first awards we'd like to present will be the East Region All-Conference players as voted on by the coaches. Presenting the awards will be the tournament manager, Todd Olson, the Fargo Public Schools Activities Director. We would like the following players to please come forward to be recognized as
Before they
All-Conference players.
Name the all-conference players here, let's just make sure we...
From Fargo North,
there we
Carter
go.
Zeller.
And again, Carter Zeller.
From Fargo
North.
South, James Hamilton. From Red River, Payne Parks. From Shanley, Connor Kraft. From West Fargo, Carson Higgerly. From West Fargo, Brett Limke. From Fargo North, Jeremiah Sem. From Fargo South, Diamond McGill. From Grand Forks Central, Eric Pay. From Red River, Zachary Kraft. From Red River, Reese Rokamp. From Shanley, Tyler Kraft. From West Fargo, Fode Sheriff. From Cheyenne, Michael Nile. From Cheyenne, Caleb Larson. From Davies, Mason Claybo. And from Davies, Ian Machenbaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2022 Eastern Dakota Conference All-Conference players as voted on by the coaches. The next award we'll present is the East Region Senior Athlete of the Year. This award is sponsored by the North Dakota High School Coaches Association. The East Region basketball coaches have selected as the 2022 East Region Senior Athlete of the Year from Cheyenne, Michael Nile. Next, we would like to present the East Region Coach of the Year Award. The East Region basketball coaches vote each year for the outstanding coach in the region. This year, the East Region Coach of the Year is from Fargo Davies, Bart Manson. Now would representatives from the East Region runner-up Sheyenne Mustangs please come forward for your plaque. In the state tournament on Thursday, Sheyenne will play the second game starting at 4 o'clock, and they will play Mandan. The 2022 East Region champion, Davies Eagles. Davies will play next Thursday at the state tournament in Bismarck, and they will play at 6 o'clock, and they will play Bismarck Century. Good luck to all the teams advancing to the 2022 Class A state tournament beginning Thursday in Bismarck. And thank you for attending tonight, and please drive home safely.
As we come back here on our post-game show, West Fargo Sheyenne and Fargo Davies. It's Fargo Davies that's able to get the victory here, as right now you can kind of see out there that they're going to find themselves
we have a lost
in
car key here.
Team championship trophy. Alex, just put your final bow on this one before we get to some of our final stats and the players of the game. What'd you make of this EDC title game?
Well, I mean, great job. I mean, Davies, I mean, just immediately you could tell, I mean, they were ready to roll from tip, right? They took it to them right away. Their guard play really just controlled the pace of the game, got a lot of transition buckets early, and then hats off to the Mustangs. You know, there were stretches where you weren't quite sure if they were going to hang around or not, but they withstood a lot of blows from this explosive Eagles team and were able to just get right there. Really close game, well-deserved championship, and well-deserved state title berth for both teams.
And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach of the Fargo Davies Eagles, Bart Manson. That's next here on your live event.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
Back on our post-game show here, Fargo Davies picks up the 6-point victory. Joining us now is Mason Claybo, freshman guard for the Fargo Davies Eagles. And Mason, you knew it was going to be a grinder here against West Fargo Sheyenne. Up by 12, the Mustangs just kept battling, got it down to single digits, got it down to one possession. When you see your man, Mr. Proctor, hit those free throws, then come back and get the defensive rebound, what's going through your mind with that last, 6-7 seconds?
I mean, Proctor is one of the most athletic guys I know, and him to get that confidence to step up on the line and hit those shots, I couldn't be more proud of that guy. I mean, he's worked so hard over this past winter and this summer. I'm so proud of that guy.
The backcourt really for your team here tonight felt like it really did a lot, right? Yourself with 20 points, Ian Machenbaker with 16, Raymond Brown with 16. When you three can get going like that, when they are trying to limit the attack to the paint, and you still able to get there with the layup or have a dribble pull-up, what did you see from you and those other two guys here today?
Okay, well, I know that Ian wasn't very satisfied on how he played yesterday or 2 days ago versus Shanley, so I knew this game he was going to show up. He always shows up in the big games, and he came to play. Ray also just came to play. I mean, let's see how much. What is he? Yeah, he shot over 50% from the field, and he's a baller. Those two can ball.
You guys are going to head to the state tournament What's it going to be like for you with this team heading to Bismarck next week as a #1 seed from the East?
I mean, it feels good to win this, but of course, you're not satisfied. You know, the end goal is to win state. This is just a help to get there, but we're going to go try to get that state championship.
You're going to have an opportunity to go up against a team that's had a lot of success in Bismarck Century. They're the 4 seed from the West. You'll be the #1 seed from the East. I know once you get to state, though, Mason, records and everything's kind of out the window, just like the EDC tournament here. So biggest thing that you'll take away from this 3-game run, what do you think will be the next couple days that you'll take away from this EDC championship?
Right, like this is just a confidence booster, get us going. But yeah, Century is just one heck of a player. I played summer ball with Schaefer 1 year, and he can play. I think he's averaging the most right now. Ryan Erickson, he's a big man. He can do everything. Doppler just hit that game winner I was watching. So, I mean, yeah, when we go to the state, it's 0-0. So you got to come to play every single night, and I think we'll be ready.
Hey, Mason, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck next week in the capital city.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mason Clable with us here from Fargo Davies. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers in this contest as the Eagles again pick up the 6-point victory, as we'll get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game as well here in this one. Enbridge Energy, it's a triple header, I think, that you have to give it to Clabo, Machenbaker, and Raymond Brown. Brown with 16 points. Machenbaker with 16 points, and Clabo with 20 points. They scored 52 of the 66 here for Fargo Davies tonight. Mason Clabo, Ian Machenbaker, Raymond Brown are Enbridge Energy players of the game. Work has begun to replace line 3, and keeping everyone safe is Enbridge's top priority. Robust COVID-19 safety rules have been established for Enbridge employees because all they want is everyone home safe. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3.us. That's enbridge.com/line3.us. Again, Mason Clabo, Ian Machenbaker, and Raymond Brown are our Enbridge Energy players of the game in this one, as we'll let Bart Manson right here, head coach for the Fargo Davies Eagles, join us now. And Bart, first and foremost, as we get that headset on you, congratulations on a EDC tournament championship. I know the last couple years you've been ever so close here going up against West Fargo Sheyenne. It's been a fun rivalry from a commentator, from a fan's perspective. Just take us through this contest. What got you over the top here for a 36-minute high school basketball game?
Well, I think that really the thing that was special for us tonight was our defensive intensity to start the game, set the tone for us for the whole night. And that led to offense for us, and our guys got going, and then we just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And, it's hard to put a team like that away. Cheyenne is good, and Coach Kirchhoffer does a heck of a job with them and puts those kids in a lot of spots where they're scoring and can get some things done. And our guys just, battled and battled and battled. Mike Nile is a heck of a player, and he had 19 tonight and had to work for every single one of those baskets. And that's what we wanted to do, and I thought our defense was just the deal tonight.
Talk about at the end of the game, Caden Broflat, the senior guard, got a lot of minutes there at the end going up against Michael Nile to be disruptive there, kind of when you guys had to have a stop. When Cheyenne is inching closer, it seemed like he was able to disrupt Michael a little bit there.
He was, and he's just an active kid, and he moves really well, and he anticipates things, and that's something defensively. When you're a good defensive player, you got to anticipate. And he did that tonight. I thought Raymond Brown was key on Caleb Larson. Caleb Larson went off the night before, went 30, and we told our kids, if Nile gets 25 and Caleb gets 10, we win. And, I don't know how many Caleb ended up with tonight, but, 10 points.
10 points, right on the money.
Right. And so that was key for us tonight. It was to not let all those guys go off.
The one thing I could talk about your backcourt all day, Clabo, Machenbaker, Raymond Brown, but maybe a guy that's a senior as well, that doesn't get the headlines, that hits the 2 big-time free throws, that gets the game-winning rebound, Alex Proctor. I saw you give him a little fist pump when he hit those 2 free throws, Bart. Just take us through Alex's progression and what he means to this team.
Well, he's had an up-and-down kind of, came to us from Maryland a year ago and, played in our program as a JV player, and then this year, he's kind of been up and down, up and down, and up and down. But he's just stuck with it. And this is a lesson for all these kids, or maybe who are listening, is that you got to stay with it and stay with it and stay with it. And for him to make those 4 free throws at the end of the game and kind of seal it for us is a real special thing for a coach. To see a kid like that do that and come away with kind of sealing it, it makes me feel great. I love it. He's a great kid.
Last thing for you, Bart, you had to have a couple of grinders in this tournament. Grand Forks Central, obviously a very quality number 8 seed. This EDC was loaded. You went up against your rival in Fargo Sheyenne in the semifinals. Then you go up against another rival here in West Fargo Sheyenne. What do these 3 games teach about your team as you get ready for a state tournament run now next week?
Well, I just think it teaches us a lot about and shows kind of, where during the regular season we can play fast, but we can also play this way too. And we can grind and we can make baskets and make key baskets when we needed to, and that was key tonight, for us. And so, when you get to a state tournament or like an EDC tournament like this, scores start to crunch down. And for us to be in situational moments like this all year, and I really think it's a big testimony to our EDC conference that it was so good that we had to play a little bit like this during the year too. And so couldn't be happy where this team is at. We're on a nice little run now. Hopefully we got 3 more in us.
Yeah, and you're going to play a team that likes to play the style of game in Bismarck Century coming up on Thursday, so this might be a little prelude to that part too.
Yeah, that's right. Darren and I have been longtime friends for a long time, and so it'll obviously be fun to go up and see him again and play in the first round. And they're a good team, and they've been number 1 all year.
Yep.
We could probably say for the first time that we're win the EDC tournament here, and we're the underdog going into this state tournament out there.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It's March, baby. That's what we love about it. Bart, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you
again
very
on the
much.
win.
Yep.
That again, Bart Manson, head coach of the Fargo Davies Eagles, with us here as we get to our RDK Enterprises now. Player of the game, RDK Enterprises will be holding their Hillsborough Operator Clinic on Monday, March the 21st here. To register, visit planterdoc.com. This clinic will provide the opportunity to brush up on monitor setup and operation of precision planting systems as well. RDK Enterprises Operator Clinic on Monday, March the 21st at their Hillsborough store. They look forward to working with you. For more information, visit planterdoc.com. And we kind of mentioned earlier about the 3-headed monster of Clayball, Machenbaker, and Raymond Brown. I think our RDK Enterprises player of the game, that's going to have to go to Alex Proctor here. Again, a big-time senior, making the game-winning free throws, getting the game-winning rebound when they absolutely needed it here for Fargo Davies. Alex Proctor, a senior here for the Eagles. So that does it for us. Out west right now, Minot High leads it by 8 over Bismarck. If Minot High wins, here's what the state tournament will look like coming into Thursday on the boys' side. Minot against Fargo North at 2 o'clock. You'd have Cheyenne and Mandan at 4, Davies and Century at 6. Then the nightcap would feature Bismarck High against West Fargo. Again, Minot currently leads that WDA championship by 8 points. There's a bevy of people to thank. Thanks to, again, we've had a number of people. Joe Morgan calling the play-by-play alongside with Alice Quist, providing some really good color commentary. Thanks to Jake. Thanks to Reggie. Thanks to Joey as well for providing the coverage. And thank you to you, the fans, and them, the sponsors, for being here. Again, your finals in this one, punching their tickets to state. Back on the girls' side, Cheyenne's going to state as a 3 seed from the East. Wahpeton, the 4 seed from the East. Davies, the 1 seed. And Red River, the 2 seed on the girls' side. On the boys' side, Fargo North, the 4 seed. West Fargo, the 3. You're going to have West Fargo Cheyenne, the 2, and Fargo Davies, the 1. Our Region 1 boys basketball coverage gets underway on Monday from Wahpeton. Region 2 on Monday from the Betty Engelstead Stu Center. I'm Chase Miller inside the Shield Center. Have a great rest of your Saturday night, and thank you for tuning in to EDC Basketball here on your live event.